Okay, you can go ahead and start.
Well, when it's 6 o'clock, I will.
Okay. You're good to go.
Good evening, everyone. It is 6 o'clock, and I am going to open our regular workshop for October 1st, 2025. And for those online that didn't hear before, Dave is ill, and so I am sitting in for him. The first item on our regular workshop is to discuss the new sheriff IGA for law enforcement services for 2026 and beyond. I have a few comments before we start, and Lex is going to have quite a bit of input on this subject matter. I just want to remind us all that we are on a fact-finding mission tonight. No decisions are going to be made. There's no action items that are going to occur after the workshop. So we're just going to be putting out, I'm going to be asking you to please, if anything is said tonight or anything is presented, if you need to research it yourself, please do. All the information that will be put out is accessible online. Some of the stuff you might have to go talk to Lex about, but this is pretty important. This is a pretty important topic. CRS Title 3011-410 subsection 1 says, the governing body of a municipality and the Board of County Commissioners may, important word, may, not shall, contract for the purpose of providing law enforcement, including enforcement of municipal ordinances by the sheriff within the boundaries of the municipality. So we are going to look at pros and cons, we're going to look at information, we're going to look at statements that were made this year regarding the sheriff's office. There is no independent statutory obligation, so just so you're aware, for the town of Lake City to provide independent police services on its own. And additionally, a contract with the sheriff is never required for statutory towns, and we are a statutory town. Okay. So, per statute, the sheriff is required to, let me look here, 30-10-516 to keep and preserve peace in their respective counties. And we pay the same taxes as a town as to do unincorporated county for the sustainability of the sheriff's office. The reason that we have entered into IGAs, and that is one of your attachments to this item, under summary of sheriff, authority to enforce New York City Municipal Code, is to enforce our town ordinances, and to include what's listed at the bottom of that. And if you haven't reviewed it, I would please ask that you do at some point. And remember that our ordinances mirror the county. And we are in the county, of course, right? And so state law also applies in the town of Lake City. Okay? So when we do the IGA, when we've done it in the past, it is to support the sheriff in enforcing our ordinances. And traffic code enforcement, parking and vehicle abandonment, wildlife protection, fire restrictions, and dog licensing. So, with that being said, if we would operate without an IGA,
He's still forced to.
well, it's not statutorily required, not specifically, the state of Colorado has not addressed that in an appellate decision as far as statutory town, statutory city, whatever. But keep in mind, that in the July 25th, 2025, which is also attached to you, the statement was made by the sheriff that, or actually, the statement was made by the writer of the article that incorporated towns in Colorado have a statutory duty to provide police service. That is incorrect. Statutory cities have a requirement to provide police services. Statutory towns do not. Okay? The writer of the article also goes on to say that the administrative and financial cost to the town for standing up on its own police force would be substantial, which is true. But the sheriff did state that he would, quote, "I'm becoming convinced that the town of Lake City needs to have its own marshal's office so that the sheriff's office can actually do its job out in the county." Okay, we're not statutorily required to do that. And as you well know, going through budget workshops, we can't afford it. I mean, we would be looking at a startup fee of at least 200 grand.
Oh, more than that, $500,000 to $1 million.
Well, that's probably true,
Yes, it is true.
You feel
minimum, yeah.
You feel like we're paying for services that he's already supposed to be providing because we're inside the county?
That's not what our IGA says.
But yeah, all in all, I mean, classically, for the most part, except for occasional dog at large ticket by previous sheriffs, administrations, that was the only thing really that they ever enforced of anything else in the ordinances. So.
Actually, they did write a lot of the model traffic code
Yeah,
into the town, which is,
ours matches theirs, it's the same code,
Right.
they do that.
but it is, but it is, and so that's the only thing that brings us revenue, and we support a judge and a municipal court and a court clerk, which is Lex, right?
Well, no, it would be the town clerk, I'm a deputy court clerk.
Okay,
But if, all in all though, outside of just paying the sheriff's office, which next year, if it was automatically renewed, would have been $100,548. That's just for the sheriff part, and then it would have been $2,369.50 for the share of the dispatch fees, and then $5,000 for a new vehicle. And then also we pay $8,829 in insurance for that deputy. So the total would come out to $116,746 that we would be paying to have an IGA with it.
And that's what's set in place currently.
And currently it's less than that, it's 3% less of that. It's closer to about 103 or like 8,000 right now. It goes up another 8,000.
And so we have this, we need to discuss whether we need to be, first of all, we need to be thinking, because it's not gonna be, the decision's not gonna be made tonight, on whether we want to engage in another IGA or not. As Trustee Woods has pointed out in the past, the town has been without an IGA and things ran smoothly.
The dogs ran their own work.
Well, well, you know, I don't know if you recall this, but Sheriff Starnes did make a statement that he would not enforce that because he wasn't a dog catcher.
Yeah. Cambridge also said it, but
Sheriff Cambridge said that as well.
yeah, but he would still write dog at large, but no one wanted to put a dog in their squad car, and they had nowhere to take the dog.
Sheriff's
If we're
aside,
paying for something that's.
I have a question, so sheriff's aside and who's who what? So our IGA is just an additional fund to support the Hinsdale County Sheriff's Office for no additional support required, like they're not required, I mean, if there was a domestic violence within city limits, through the sheriff's office of the Hinsdale County, or just the law enforcement piece, they are still required to show up to the domestic violence within city limits, there's not.
Not specifically statutorily, but Dan?
Yeah, so what he's required to do as the sheriff, and this is an important distinction, he's the sheriff of the whole county. And there's nothing in the statutes that I've been able to find or that has been pointed out to me that says there's a distinction between incorporated portions of the county and unincorporated portions of the county. So what he's required to do by case law and statute is, let me find the exact wording, is keep and preserve the peace in their respective counties. And it's not keep and preserve the peace in their respective counties unless it's in an incorporated area like Lake City. It's throughout the county. So, yeah, I have not seen any case law that says that there's a different duty that is owed to people who are in the county in cities versus in the county in unincorporated portions of the county. What he's not required to do is enforce additional ordinances, like, for instance, the dog catching ordinance or whatever we would have there. So I think it might be beneficial for you guys to go down that list and see what additional services he's providing, and if those are absolutely necessary. There might be other ways too. You could probably appoint a code enforcement officer for some of the simpler violations that, quite frankly, are just a nuisance, or grass is too tall. We don't want the sheriff dealing with that stuff.
And
It is, and there is something about the parking and vehicle abandonment I do want to talk to Dan at a later date about. But,
then we can have, this is not the first discussion that we're gonna have.
yeah,
So we wanted to put this information out to you guys. I did take exception for a statement in the article that said success for Starnes would be, quote, a community that's policing itself and doesn't need law enforcement to show up and handle everything. I'm sorry, but former sheriffs have responded to the people and have done their due diligence and have taken care of situations. And sometimes things are silly. I mean, people lock their keys in their car and they need help. So they call the police. Okay, that's community service. That's being a public servant. That's having a servant's heart. That's what it's all about. And I can say that because I used to be in that position. So, I think that was a very inappropriate statement for him to make. Because obviously there are some people that need help. And he needs to be there to help them, with whatever it is. So talk to, Lex, or do you have a train of thought going?
Yeah, no, I would like to ask Dan something. So, I mean, the model traffic code, which we've adopted the same one as the county, would that be something that he would only have authority or jurisdiction to enforce through the IGA? Is that like a town ordinance? Since I think we adopted it by either ordinance or resolution?
So he has authority to adopt whatever the county has adopted throughout the entirety of the county.
Yeah.
And so if we have the same thing, really what it ends up coming down to is he going to write, let's say it's a speeding ticket. Is he going to write that speeding ticket into, if it happens within the city limits or the town limits, into town municipal court or county court? I would propose, we shouldn't be looking at tickets as a money generating, oh, we're just out there to pull everyone over and make a buck. It should be more of a safety based thing. It should be preserving the peace and all that kind of stuff. So I would suggest that it may not matter if a violation goes to county court or municipal court. You're going to get the same violation. You're going to get the same, I guess in this case, it's the same judge too, isn't it?
It is.
But
Yeah.
Dan, if we have an IGA asking him to enforce our ordinances, wouldn't he be compelled to write it into the municipal court in the town limits? I mean, if we're paying money for him to enforce town ordinances.
Yeah, the sticky thing about your guys' IGA is it contemplates having an officer specifically for the town. And in that case, he should be providing, and I think that it's been an impossibility just because of staffing, but what should happen according to that IGA is there should be an officer enforcing town ordinances, and that's really what we're paying extra for, and that those should be written into municipal court. I'm saying like bigger picture, let's just say it's me speeding 80 miles an hour down Main Street.
Nice.
You guys don't care if I get written into municipal court or county court. You care that the judge follows through and makes sure I'm not doing that ever again.
Maybe we do care about where it gets written into.
Okay.
Well,
Well, I won't be doing that either way, just for the record.
Okay.
yeah.
Go ahead, Alex.
So like with the fire restrictions, I mean, that's another place where the sheriff can enforce the fire restrictions. But we adopt the fire restrictions as the county adopts it. We automatically adopt it. We had changed that a few years ago. And so like he was within town limits, but he wrote a ticket for someone, lighting a fire, having a fire within town, but that he didn't write it into municipal court, he wrote it into county court.
Correct.
So should he have wrote it into municipal court?
Yes.
I think likely he should have. I do think that a lot of times you give discretion to officers, what they want to do, but I think based on the IGA, it probably should have been into municipal court.
Good point. Thank you.
Is municipal,
Wait.
No, right on. What difference does it make exactly? So like we're paying our judge $7,500 a year, but we haven't gone to court since last October, and it was for one ticket. And like to as an illustration, which I'm really frustrated, I can't find the 2025 binder, but this is 2021. Those are all the tickets, right? This is 2022, right? This is 23, and this is 2024, and then this would be 2026, or like
2025.
2025, I mean, sorry. Like there's 6 tickets, that's all that's been written this year. But we're paying $100,000 for there to be enforcement within our town.
Okay, may I?
Yes.
So I think everyone has really compelling points. But I wonder, are we exposing issues with the IGA in the department or with the sheriff as a person and how he does his job. Because that's what it sort of feels like, which I don't think is appropriate. We need to write an IGA. We need to have some kind of agreement, but with the sheriff's office as one professional political entity to another. And that's, you know, it has nothing to do with who is in office. Yes, nothing, even if he says dumb things.
Well, the situation is that it will be an agreement, okay? Both sides need to agree.
He hasn't come to the table yet. So even though he says something in the newspaper, that's hearsay.
Jody,
Because he hasn't come to the table.
That's a good point, Jody.
But
That's a very good
he
point.
has come to the table with Lex
Yeah,
on 2 occasions.
but yeah, but like that, there definitely, we need, if we're going to move forward with an IGA, we need to get the sheriff and the commissioners all in a room at the same time. Getting him into a meeting has been very, very difficult.
Yeah.
Correct.
So,
Can we just
I
show up
get
at
that.
his
hey,
office?
Landon wants to speak.
Yes, go ahead, Lynn.
Sorry.
I kinda agree that my personal take on it is for $106,000, you don't really gain a whole lot if
See,
an
that's a
agreement,
different point.
like
I
an
think that's what we've been
Yeah.
saying.
what I'm saying is like, I don't think that for what the cost is to benefit for the town, and if the sheriff is within the, you know, the town's within the county and the sheriff, whoever it is,
Correct.
is responsible for anything, it's covered by the county's policy, why do we have an IGA, and I guess if there hasn't one, I was under the impression that there's always been one. Is this just like the donation to help out the county?
So it's technically to give them jurisdiction within the town to enforce our ordinances, technically. And then 2, it's supposed to be funding another deputy, a full-time deputy. But right now, at least the current state of it, is that there's 1 full-time deputy and 2 part-time deputies. So then it's just and from how I'm seeing it, is that, well, that money is not even funding someone, it's just going into the coffers of the sheriff's department. And so, also, like if I put in the packet, the Mineral County and Creed one, Creed didn't have an IGA with their sheriff for the past couple of years until recently. And then the new IGA, they're paying them $60,000, and all that they're giving them all that IGA says is that they're giving them jurisdiction to enforce the state statutes, which there's an argument that they should be doing that anyway, and the model traffic code, and that's all they're doing, and they're only paying $60,000, they're only paying for the deputy. They're not paying for the replacement vehicle, they're not paying for the
Insurance.
deputies, like, I don't know if they have insurance or not independent of that. Cause it doesn't show, it just says that we shall have liability insurance, but that's not like, the money part's not in there.
Yeah, the way I'm looking at it is that we all live in the county, and there's a sheriff of the county.
Right,
I'm just,
Just like we pay taxes in the county,
yes,
even though we're in town.
right, and so the county was getting this year about $225,000 or so from property taxes out of people that live in the town. The sheriff's budget, 58% of the sheriff's budget comes from property taxes that are in their general fund, which includes our monies in that whole pot of money. So to some degree, we are paying for the sheriff to exist and operate and to enforce the peace of the community.
All the
Ensure the-
property owners are paying.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. So the property owners are paying into the sheriff's department as it is without the IGA. Is my point.
See, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes I need someone to say it louder at me.
Oh, sorry, I'm partially deaf.
Louder?
No,
Or more emphatically.
yeah, sorry.
Henry has some.
So,
Sorry, Mike.
are we going over this because the commissioners asked us to, or?
Ours
No,
is
because
expiring,
the IGA is going to be expiring at the end of this year.
and
I
if,
thought it was that had a renewal.
It
No.
does unless we made contact with them and told them that we were going to renegotiate, which we
We-
had a deadline in August. and Lex met the deadline to inform them that we were going to renegotiate.
And cause it would have gone up to where it was costing us $116,746 next year to have the IGA.
On top of
I-
the 200 plus that the
And the way that it was calculating the interest is, I took exception to that because it was only doing 3% more for the deputy until it auto renewed, and then it was 3% more for everything, and not just the deputy. So I took a financial exception to that.
I think renegotiation is a good idea, I do. I just want to be super careful to separate the sheriff's office from the sheriff.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
We have to.
You can't do that.
Well,
Well,
okay.
Because he is.
And you're,
can't do
and you're a
that.
point.
I can.
No,
Yeah.
Joey, he is the leader of, he
He's
is the
current
spokes.
leader.
Correct, at this moment when we're doing this.
Yeah,
So
which
there-
is
he
something
is-
that is gonna hold sway over
Okay,
our politics
give
for
me-
the next however long.
Give me a
So it's the
moment.
office.
It
Yes,
is
ma'am.
not personal. It is, that's why I said at the very beginning, we are on a fact-finding mission. I'm looking at this, I can't tell you the hours I've spent reading the law. I've spoken with our attorney, I have researched myself. I'm looking at statutes, I'm looking at precedent, I'm looking at, our information as far as what we are asking in the IGA. And I have done my homework.
We've done
Right.
a lot of them.
So it
Yes.
is not personal, but it is disconcerting to me, and it should be to all of us, that just what Lex presented is happening.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, and here, and
No,
no, it's none of,
Let me,
Than that.
hang on, I'm not finished.
okay.
The situation is, law enforcement is not a revenue generating machine.
No.
Okay? Right. The goal to attain is to gain compliance. So if that takes a ticket, or if that takes a warning, that's what it takes. That's the discretionary power of police officers. Okay? And I think in the past that Lex has asked for some statistics regarding warnings, just basically vehicles stopped, but was not given that information. And I know in the past that the sheriff's office would issue written warnings, which is a way to show the people who are everyone's, all of our us elected's bosses, right? Shows the people that we are, doing our job, okay? So that's just an illustration, the citations, but what else is happening? And we did have a situation where we had a burglary at the armory. And we had solid videotape evidence of the suspects, and the sheriff's office refused to charge the appropriate charge. There have been other instances in town where things have happened, where that has happened as well. So, go ahead, Lex.
So, if we have a good or service that we're purchasing, we expect that good to be in operating order. We expect that service to be done to some degree of professional standard, right?
Yes.
And so, the board has a fiduciary responsibility to its citizens. So are we getting $116,000 worth of law enforcement done is one question I just want everybody to think about. If we do move forward with an IGA, I would say we just pay the fee, or for one deputy, like $65,000 and not everything else. And if they don't get cost of living adjustments every year, if it's set by statute, then there shouldn't be any kind of 3% increase every year. So from a fiduciary point of view, I want to make that point. And yes, there is cases where the level of service that was provided is at least at the minimum questionable. And that being the case, are we getting our money's worth of what we're paying for in that particular case?
I agree.
Yeah.
And I would argue that previous sheriffs have had the same sort of charges leveled against them.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying when I say we have to separate the man and his words from the office, because it has no bearing. And just because he said it in the newspaper to a pretty girl doesn't mean that that's what he meant.
Right, and that's why having him in a room, no, but that means by having him in a room and we have a discussion where hopefully
Yes,
the
then
true
we
eye to
can
eye,
work. Yes.
direct face to face.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Landon?
Yeah, I get my
Yes.
point. I think we would all have to look at cost over value.
Correct.
I feel like, and also,
Agreed.
yeah, I didn't know, I guess I wasn't aware it was $116,000 or something like that. Seems like a lot,
That is a lot.
but we all live in a town and.
On top of 200.
When was the first IGA created for Winslow County, Lake City?
I mean, for a while, I have no idea. I know for a time and season, the town did have its own town marshal, and that wasn't that long ago.
Well, I mean,
Well, that was
80s?
a long time ago.
80s,
I
70s,
wasn't even born. Not 80s.
70s, 70s.
70s, maybe.
So yeah, on and off, and then other times there's been other falling outs with the sheriff and the board at the time either fired him or didn't renew the IGA. And there's been periods where a year or two without one. Even if we did go without one, there would be a new sheriff in November if the organization changed and the level of service was, satisfactory to whatever board is sitting at the
So
time.
then one was negotiated at that.
At that point, and that's another option.
Alright.
I just think cost over value, and,
And I'm gonna say this too, if this money is not dedicated to the sheriff's office, and like EMS and other groups ask us for the money, we have more money to divvy out if we did that. Just something to think about.
Sure.
It could go to other community-led organizations that serve our community besides the sheriff's office.
Jess,
So I was driving to work today, I passed an running radar right there,
okay,
Just let them speak.
okay.
and he was there, the radar was on. And, there's tickets and warnings and jail. We take people up to jail sometimes. And so, who puts that bill? The town?
The county.
jail?
No, if
The
it's,
county?
Our ordinances do not, have jail time as a penalty due to that fact.
But if they do something in town and they go to jail, when we pay a portion of that?
We do not.
no, like a DUI, if they take them.
Because that will be written
Okay,
under
okay.
state statute.
Yeah.
Yeah, municipalities are, I'm sorry, municipalities are generally limited by statute to a maximum of $2,650 fine. And then the 99.9% of municipal law, they removed jail time because of various cases and statutes. But the big one is you have to provide, if you're going to pursue jail time, you have to provide defense counsel to indigent defendants. And that's just cost prohibitive to have an attorney
Okay.
on staff 24/7 for that.
But I
Thank you,
kind
Dan.
of agree with Jody, we have to tread very carefully on this.
I have another question. Does the sheriff's office have an IGA with the school, or is that just where, because
No,
every day they're at the school, patrolling at school hours.
No,
look, that's one of their,
that,
Well,
no,
I just didn't know if
The
that was
ol-
like something to do with the school or anything.
I mean, and would they stop doing that if they didn't have an IGA with the town?
no, they shouldn't.
Right. Yeah, no, because if anything, what gives them jurisdiction, especially with our own ordinances, is the IGA. But if state statute is state statute, no matter where you are, in the unincorporated or incorporated, it's still the same law that still needs to be enforced.
Okay, so what I would ask you all, do you have any other points, Lex, that you would like to bring up?
No, oh, no, I don't. Don't think
Anyone else
so.
have anything else to add at this point? Henry?
Well, when I look at this stuff that he's supposed to be doing, I mean, the model traffic code is the same as the county's,
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
the OHV code is the same as the county's.
Yes, sir.
I don't know about their abandoned vehicles going in the county. Wildlife protection is the same as the county's. And the fire restrictions, we've always mirrored the counties. So it looks to me, probably what we're paying for is, dog licenses and dog ordinance.
And I would like to point out, when I got in the office last year, I asked, like, cause you said you always paid that fee. And, I asked, it's like, well, how, we haven't got any kind of remittance in like 5 years or 6 years. So do we have any money? And then I got an envelope with cash, it said Town of Lake City, and it was $157. So, yeah, I thought that was all Henry's money. I think that was 15 years worth of Henry's money. Anyways, so that kind of puts that in perspective too. Like, how many my dogs aren't licensed? Are yours?
My dog is.
Oh, well, Jesse is an upstanding citizen. So is Henry.
I plead the fifth.
Yeah.
Mine were.
So,
I pay it for Cinda's dogs.
and in general, most people keep their dogs, under, on a leash, or they don't. Rarely do I ever see a dog out and about. Rarely.
People have been pretty respectful of that.
Yeah. So, anyways.
So anyone else,
I
okay.
plead the fifth on that.
Mhm.
Anyone else have anything to add?
I would just say, take the cost versus benefit,
Yes.
that seems an extraordinary amount of dollars for a dog leashes.
I'm sorry, there is someone at the table we haven't heard from.
Oh, actions speak louder than words,
Okay,
and actions, I know what he said, I'm not even listening to all that, but I
Gotcha.
agree with what Landon said.
Right.
Thank you.
And at the very least, if we didn't have one, we could reassess in November of next year. If we think things are changing in any kind of way, where we have new ordinances that we need to enforce. It's something we can enter into at any point of the year.
yeah, no, I appreciate what everyone has had to say.
Cheers.
Okay, so what I would, like I said, what I would ask you to do is please, verify that I have given you good information. If you need to rewatch the meeting, rewatch it. Go to the state statutes, look at them, read all the information that Lex put into that item. Okay, are we good? Okay. We're gonna move on to, the second item in our workshop, which is discuss employee CEBT, UMR, medical insurance plan premiums. Lex, you're on base.
So the town has typically had the PPO4 plan, which next year would be going up another 13.5%. It went up 13.5% this year. It's going up another 13.5% next year. And it is very, very expensive. And staff, we had a meeting with staff. We talked about possibly if we would all be in agreement to changing our plan. And they all agreed that they would be willing, that it would be okay for the PPO 6, which the PPO 6 would actually, the difference from what next year's rate will be to what this rate would be is about $16,000 is what the town will save. And it's actually less than what we're paying this year. So it would drop the cost of the fully paid employer insurance. The only change really is that the deductible goes from $1,500 to $3,000, and the copay goes from $40 to $50. But it would save the town overall about $16,000.
Same coverage and all that?
The same coverage and all that, just a higher deductible, higher copay.
And also remember that we pay for the whole thing for
Yeah.
employees,
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
which I think is awesome.
Yes,
Yes,
For us being so small,
So,
and that isn't always traditionally done.
So,
county did.
the town
you
employees,
said
Wait,
we
wait,
have,
wait,
we have
Henry.
a PPO4 now. you said.
yes.
Which is, well, 3,000 is an awful lot.
Well, it is, but all staff agreed. I mean, you know, I'm desperately trying to limit the amount that water and sewer rates have to be raised. This will save a good 10 grand in the water and sewer fund budget. Also, you know, the staff was more cool with it, especially if we're able to give the cost of living adjustment, which I believe we will, of 3%. And ultimately, it's to reduce our costs, both in the general fund and water and sewer fund, still fully employer paid, still got the same coverage. You're just gonna have to pay more out of pocket.
The deductibles paid by the town?
No,
No, that's, I meant, must have,
Premium.
the premium is
Yes,
paid by the
paid by the
town,
town.
100%.
yeah, okay.
So it's still
But
100%.
so the I feel like if the premium's paid 100%, the 3,000 deductible on the user.
Yeah, and max out of pocket changes from 4 grand to 5 grand. So it's not that much more of a burden if something did happen one of us that we actually needed it in an emergency. But so we're still getting the same coverage, it's just gonna cost the employees more if something
That's
happens.
$10,000 annually we save.
Well, next year, the difference between the new rate and the PPO 6 rate is about 16 grand.
Oh, wow.
So, and next year, if we choose the PPO 6, we're actually spending less money than we did this year
Yeah.
on it.
Correct.
So it is help managing costs.
And I would say also, you know, like the county, I think, I think it's like for a single person, Jody, do you know this? It's like between $500 and $600 a month.
When the county was writing my paychecks, it was not that much.
Okay, I think
And also in the county, each person or family was allowed to pick their own level.
Right.
So, and then pay, because county employees pay a portion of the premium.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yes, that's what I'm
they can lower their own costs by going for those super high deductibles, or if you think you have something coming up, you can get a better,
Right.
level of,
I'm pretty sure when Ron was employed, it was like over 500, and so even if, I don't remember what plan he chose or whatever, but 500 times 12 is $6,000 that they're not having to pay.
Right on. And in this case,
As a
it's gonna be $12,000 that they're not gonna have to pay per employee, a little over 12 grand.
Right.
And that's with the lower plan. The higher one's like 13.5.
If you talk to staff about it and they like the current staff and they like the idea of
Yeah,
transition,
yeah,
then I don't.
yeah, and like being able to give a cost of living adjustment and maybe a couple extra
We
holidays.
can say.
They were cool with it.
Awesome.
Okay, are we good?
Yeah, I just wanted to discuss
Henry, go
that.
ahead.
I think we need to consider this in the overall picture when we do our budget.
I mean, I am considering it. That's what I'm doing. And that, because I'm really trying to stick to just a 3% increase in the water and sewer rates and not another big jump like we had talked about last year.
These are the most valuable asset we have.
They are.
We agree.
We agree. That is the greatest, most valuable capital that we have is our people.
Okay, are we ready?
If y'all are done talking about it, I am.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna move on to C, which is review resolution 2025-08, capital improvements accounts.
Yeah, so this is just tracking what we did because we created the Colo Trust capital accounts. And we have moved everything into one combined capital improvements fund. But then after the audit in 2024, the auditor agreed with us that really this is being used as a capital savings account because we're just taking advantage of the interest. So, because it doesn't have its own dedicated revenues outside of contributions made by the other funds and the earnings on deposits. So earlier this year, by motion, the board had agreed to separate the water and sewer and general fund capital money and put them in capital savings accounts. And all this is doing is just, really, we need to do it by resolution to have a record and a paper trail.
That's not an action item.
It is.
Oh, sorry.
So it's real simple. This is doing house maintenance, so this is what do you call it? Yeah. Yeah, well, this is just us doing a little
Yes.
house cleanup.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also to let you know, and I didn't tell Dan, but I'm gonna, now that I know what it looks like, there'll be one for the Tabor account, because we did that with the Tabor reserve that we had at the bank here, and we put it in another Colo Trust Tabor one, so there'll be another one that was coming up.
We get to see how much is gained, interest.
I can show you, Yeah. Yeah, we made $75,000 in the earnings on deposits in those accounts last year, which is huge. In earnings on deposits, interest made on those deposits. Yes,
Except like thousands.
$75,000, yes. Yeah, we're hitting like probably about 60 this year because rates got reduced a little bit. So anyways,
And that compounds
yeah,
even better.
yeah, but as the feds cut rates, those accounts make less money, so I'm hoping they delay that a lot.
Okay, we good?
Yeah,
The next item D is in David, review resolution 2025-09 holiday schedule, and go ahead.
yeah, so what this does is it gives us the Friday after Christmas and the Friday after New Year's off. It also says that the Board of Trustees may annually review the holiday schedule and set forth the schedule of holidays for each calendar year, which when we get into the personnel policy, we'll look at Juneteenth and adding that to the policy. But then every year, the trustees would be able to review the upcoming holidays to see what makes sense, especially if something like Christmas falls on a Thursday and we're all out of town. So-
Floating holidays.
The Juneteenth will become a floating holiday if the Board of Trustees passes that? Yes. That would be the second one.
And we are reevaluating every year. So this year, because Christmas is on a
Thursday.
Thursday, we want to give them Friday off. But next year, that's not gonna happen.
Right.
So every year.
We still have operational costs that people are on call.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah. I'm always on call. I might even work that day because no one else is working.
It's more peaceful, huh?
Yeah,
We good?
I'm good if y'all are good.
Any
We're here.
questions? Okay, item E, discuss short-term rental permit caps.
Yes,
You have that.
yeah, so we actually have, yeah, and after going through it, I had issued 2 today. We actually have 38. Well, we have 37 or 38. There's one I think is pending. In the residential zones that are issued, the cap is 43. In the non-residential zones, we've issued 22 of them so far. I do believe we have 100% compliance. There were the few outliers that came into compliance this year. So as far as I know, all of them have been brought into compliance. There are the exempt lodging businesses and resorts and like G&M Cabins at Alpine Village, which they make up about 20 plus. Not all of them are always rented out as a single unit or not, so it's somewhere around 20.
What makes them exempt?
Zoning, and it's a use by right.
So Matterhorn is in the tourist
Yes,
zone, so that doesn't, okay, thank you.
yes, that's a use by right. They're now the
Oh, I love
the
that.
Elkhorn Resort is in mobile home residential.
Yeah,
So that that was a fight. I just didn't want to fight at the time because they have their house there and a little cabin that they short-term rent. But since they're a resort and they're operating as a business like that, I let them make it. And then G&M Cabins too is it's kind of like a leftover grandfathered in kind of cabin resort. So anyways, as I said earlier, Dave is the one that really wanted to bring this up and talk about it. So I wish he was here. But I just wanted to give y'all, because Dave is like, maybe we cap it right where it's at right now.
Right, and we have that, in future, we could do that. You know, we could do that and say, okay, you know what, we've reevaluated and we're gonna cap it here.
And
or
even
we could ratchet it back every year.
yeah, even if we lowered it to like 35, we would have 38 until that property sold or they
Correct.
stopped operating or didn't
We
renew.
definitely could do that.
Yeah.
And then also we don't have any cap on the non-residential zones, which there's, other cities and towns have dealt with it by banning it from specific zones. There can be none there to, they cap it everywhere, no matter how many there are or where they're at, or they cap it on how many can be on one street. A lot of them say no, one per street and that's it. So, so there's other things we can do to cap it, more so than what we're doing now. Henry?
Well, you know, one of the things mentioned when we had that talk for
Consultants.
1,000 people last time was regulations that is one of the simplest, cheapest ways to provide, workforce housing. You know, I think ratcheting it down like one per year or something, or one,
It would have to be by attrition, like when they didn't renew.
but yeah, so
So
So-
you guys need to think about that, because, maybe we could put that,
I think that would be, something that's, would work.
And over 80% of them are owned by like LLCs that own multiple.
thank you.
Why can't you just make it to where the owners have to reside here?
What's that?
The owners have to reside here?
That's also an option, that's what other communities have done, is that they have to reside in their house at least 6 months of the year, or they can only rent it out of, for like 180 or 100 days out of the year.
And I guess that would work for someone that wasn't a big personal property right person, but I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with forcing people to live in a house, like, I have a weird,
It's,
feel like that's, that includes under like freedom.
yes, it
No, I
does.
mean, you have to live here in town, reside.
Yeah, not in the house.
Yeah, not in.
So
Yeah.
you're gonna make them buy another house?
Well, I mean, some of them own 6 or 7 of them, yeah.
But that's,
Yeah.
No,
And they don't even live, but there's people that don't live here.
Yeah,
Just two.
but I
Two
think,
people, two houses.
yeah, I mean, the most
Cars.
property right friendly way to do it is the whole cap it and you have an attrition,
Yeah.
Correct.
and that's what it is.
But my issue with that is that, if somebody pulls, only the same people will be able to have short-term rental houses.
Well, I mean, a lot of, 4 of them sold this year that we're doing short-term rentals to new short-term rental people.
But
Yeah,
what you're saying is with attrition, if that sells, then it's no longer allowed to be a short-term rental?
if the cap is lower, if the cap is
Yes,
lower,
if we decide the cap is lower, we don't have to decide that.
Yeah.
How
And then
that
it-
works, because then only the same people who got in on the bottom floor
yeah,
would be allowed to.
Correct.
Yeah, and then it would,
A business opportunity as well for people.
But if we cap it, it's gonna be that way anyway.
yeah,
No,
No
not
matter where-
particularly if 5 people sell their houses to whomever, to year-round residents, then 5 other houses could become.
Correct.
With a
At
cap.
any time.
But with the ratcheting it down by attrition, you gonna come in and save me?
I could, yeah, I think I like the idea of a percentage based on, I think that's how we got.
We
that.
did.
yeah, this is 15%
15%.
of the housing units in the residential
I
zone.
think that the percentage-based cap is a more realistic thing, because there's also other things that, potential lodging taxes supports community things and stuff like that, VRBOs and Airbnbs are a big proponent of.
Right,
I think that, like what we saw at our previous, drawing a blank there.
Joint workshop?
Joint workshop,
Mhm.
there we go. You saw the percentage that where the 28% residential, full-time living, they wanna get it up to 35. I think that with the 15% designated out of 100%, as a VRBO is a realistic, fair number for business opportunity and, tax-based purposes.
right,
You start limiting your tax, 2% of lodging tax goes to marketing now, you cut that number down significantly with all the pricing increase of everything else in the world. Then our marketing for Hinsdale County and city drops.
yeah,
So I think that there's a caveat to having VRBOs, but not too many. And I think
Yes.
that a sweet number is, I think that the sweet potential is the percentage based. And I think, we haven't hit our cap, right?
no, we have, in fact,
No,
we've
we're-
floated between 36 and 37, if we do have 38 this year, that's a new record.
In our cap is
It's,
43.
we usually lose about 5 and gain a 5
Yeah.
every year, so it's
And we
been.
can leave it alone.
And, or just cap it at 38, so that there's less speculation on the market for what housing is available.
Mhm.
And if there is a cap, and there's still money to be made in lodging, then people can build a hotel.
Yeah.
They can build their own lodge like Ben has.
Yeah, and that also is a cost to individuals and stuff like that, but if you building a hotel versus building a house in a VRBO, I feel like it's kind of, I'm playing devil's advocate here.
I don't know.
you can't say no to all, because there's people that run a business and a living off of it, and you can't say yes because, we're trying to build a livable community here.
Right,
And so I think that there's a fine line margin, and I like the percentage of it, because it's a set standard, and it's kind of first come, first served. I know that we're almost at our cap, but that should be a healthy sign that there's enough business here to do so, but not, it's not maxed out the first year, and I think if we have that cap, reducing it is my fear is, taxes and stuff like that, and businesses.
below than what it is now.
I think that we're at a pretty set standard now.
Right.
And I think that's, for me personally, that's in my opinion.
And would we want to at least, in the tourist zones, yes, you have a lodging business by right. However, you could also have a single family home by right, or a multi-unit, home by right.
Correct.
So even in those, we could put a cap in the T1s, the T2 ones where it's not central business district or general business district, which are really geared towards businesses. And then we could put a cap at least on the single family residence side of it of how many can be run, because the other ones that are lodges or motels are already exempt anyway.
Well, and those tourist zones exist to absorb the influx of people.
That's also a great point.
Yeah.
That there's, the reason why I think that there is a cap, the reason why there is so many Airbnbs is because there was opportunity to supply and need the demand
That's
of
correct.
people that wanted to come here.
Correct.
And I think,
There was a bed.
yeah, and I think that, there's a huge need for our definitely summer resident, or like summertime, needs for the people that come here, that do short-term VRBOs, that also not only on the lodging tax provide revenue through our businesses and all that. So I think that lowering it is probably, I think we would have a bad effect too.
Right. So maybe just cap it where we are right now or at the end of the year.
Because I can see a potential, if our community thrives and we have our full-town residents goes to 35-40%, that, lodging in itself is a whole crisis, but I think that it could even go up.
Right. I would also say that we entertain the idea of we lower the cap to wherever it's at. And then also we do pass a law that says any kind of multi-unit apartment complex cannot be bought and turned into short-term rentals.
Yes.
Which we can do that. I've had multiple people on both the one in the county and Red Wagon call, and every single one of their plans was to buy it up, put three short-term rentals in it, and then use the other 2 units for something else or for.
I like that idea. I also, if somebody wanted to build a hotel here.
Right.
You could
Hotel
build
or
one right there.
Yeah, a multi-unit, facility wouldn't be restricted, and it could be continuously sold,
Right.
as a
Motel or hotel.
hotel or resort.
Right.
Yeah.
So you would have to build it for the design, or the purpose.
Right. So, I mean,
Not
would,
rooms and,
I'm not gonna have time to do it over the next couple of weeks, but maybe in November, can we try to bring a resolution or ordinance to the trustees that cap it at whatever it's at that time? And then also whatever language necessary to prevent apartment complexes from being sold and turned into short-term rentals?
Yes.
Yes?
yes,
Okay.
Yes, consensus, right?
Yes,
You good?
great.
okay.
Okay, we have, are we
2 minutes.
B?
Oh, that was the last one.
Okay, so I will close the workshop at 6:58. Our meeting will follow at 7 unless you all need a break.
No,
All good?
I'm gonna look over there to see if there's snacks.
Well, we've got a 1-minute warning now.
Uh-huh. What, are you trying to, hold on. We'll be there we'll be right back. Just 2 minutes. Back on.
Right, good evening, everyone.
There you go.
I am going to call the regular meeting of the Board of Trustees to order at 7:00 PM. Our first item is our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
My short haircut.
Roll call. Bruce,
Here.
Kendall,
Here.
Lindsay,
Present.
Winry,
Present.
Woods,
Here.
Weist,
Here.
Roberts. He's absent.
I need an approval of the agenda for the regular meeting for October 1st, 2025, with any additions or revisions.
I so move.
Second.
Okay, Jody and Weist.
I said it first,
Uh-huh.
Now, I was,
you were louder.
yeah,
Roll call vote.
Bruce,
Yes.
Kendall,
Yes.
Lindsay,
yes.
Winry,
Yes.
Woods,
Yes.
Weist.
Yes.
I need a motion for the corrected minutes of July 2nd, 2025.
What was corrected is that
That's
in
not
the,
true.
what?
Not July 2nd.
Yes.
No, it corrected minutes.
Corrected.
Okay, sorry.
So in the original minutes, there was the motion to approve the agenda, said motion to approve the agenda with an addition, and then didn't say anything after that. And there was no addition part, nothing else lower down in the additions to the agenda, because that was carried over from a previous minutes that Grant didn't edit.
I,
Thank you.
approve the corrected minutes of 7-2-2025.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Bruce,
Yes.
Kendall,
Yes.
Lindsay,
Yes.
Winry,
Yes.
Woods,
Yes.
Weist.
Yes.
And I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes of September 17th, 2025.
So moved.
Hold on. 2, 9, 17. Okay, Winry motion,
So moved.
second Weist.
Oh,
He already moved.
Okay. Roll call vote.
Yes.
Yeah, huh? Bruce,
Yes.
Kendall,
Yes.
Lindsay,
Yes.
Winry,
Yes.
Woods,
yes.
Weist.
All right, as everyone look at the bills payable, anyone have any questions about?
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Line item number 29.
Well, let me find my copy. So the ice machine in here broke, right here, and the
Oh, this, and.
on the kitchen. And so we bought a new one, and then public health is paying for $1,500 of it, for like the seniors. So
Oh.
1,500 of it is being covered by public health.
So that cost is 1,500 less than what?
Yes, yeah, we invoiced them once we received it.
It looks like we were buying it for our restaurant, that's what he's asking.
Oh, no, that's just from where it's at,
I know.
from where it's from. No, that's for the ice machine in here, which came not working, and we got the replacement part. Jasper may have fixed it today, I'm not sure.
So any other questions? Okay, entertain a motion, please. I'm sorry. You're supposed to look at it before now.
Well, I
Yeah.
know, I just did it on memory.
Oh, so we do have the Hinsdale County IGA in here, the Hinsdale County contract. It's on line item 50.
Yeah.
It was 24,405, but they did give us a $10,000 credit, which the commissioner said they would. So that's on here. And then we have the pay app number 5 for the wastewater treatment plant, where the majority of the money's coming from,
Yes.
or going towards.
There's two,
What?
there's two,
Yeah.
What do you mean two wastewater?
not number
Yeah.
5.
What?
Number
There are
one.
two wastewater
Yeah, number
invoices,
61.
one
Number 60.
for
number
equipment and
one.
one's from Ventura Valley.
What's the equipment one? 68,980? Yeah, we're good. Henry?
What are they doing with all that duct tape?
That is for the ice wall.
People are taped to walls.
500 bucks worth
Yeah,
See it on
we're wrapping
16.
all the insulation around the pipes.
It's a lot of work.
We're 1,500 rolls of duct tape deep, so yeah.
That's a good
1500?
question.
Yeah, this is the third load of
Excellent
duct tape.
question.
We put a mile of pipe out there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yes or no?
So,
I make a motion to approve and pay the bills in the total amount of $396,487.74 on October 1st.
Second.
Kendall seconded. Okay,
okay.
Diane, you wanna do roll call vote?
Also, yeah, I did. Roll call.
Bruce,
Yes.
Kendall,
Yes.
Lindsay,
Yes,
Winry,
Yes.
Woods,
Yes.
Weast.
Yes.
Okay,
Motion passes.
motion passes.
The next item is citizen comments on matters not on the agenda. We have, Joanne in the room, but she's gonna give us a commentary later. Anyone online? No. You're,
Yeah, he can make it as a citizen.
go for it.
I
Yeah,
wanna
right.
point out in the relation to this most recent bear tragedy, that before we had leash laws, and had to keep all our dogs chained up or caged up, we had no nuisance deer in our town. We had never had a bear problem, because the dogs protected us, which is like they're supposed to do.
Should we get rid of the dog ordinance? Should we get rid of the dog ordinance that no one's enforcing?
I didn't vote for it in the first place.
I'm gonna
Okay, thank you,
take it,
Henry.
shoot, run out or
Thanks.
something.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the bear situation was,
Alright.
in my mind, a tragedy as well.
Okay,
Okay, employee reports. Town engineer report. Joanne. Woo-hoo.
Round of applause.
yeah, she's doing a lot, guys, you have no idea.
You just moved, didn't you?
Huh?
You just moved.
I sort of moved.
Oh my goodness.
No. The kitchen.
I love the pictures. Yep.
Are you going in there? In front of us, or follow around,
Go ahead, Joanne.
She can't.
Huh?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so we've been working on the plant and we got sort of a summary of what they've accomplished. Answer any questions if you'd like. And then we can talk about the change order after we get done.
That was great.
And the change order is an action item tonight.
Correct.
So pay attention.
Okay,
All right, any questions?
Sorry, I don't
So, where
to
are they,
the end.
excuse me.
Go ahead.
Where are they, when they pump the big where do they pump it into the new one?
No, the new one's not ready, quite ready, treat wastewater. It's going, they're taking, right now, all the water is running through the big pond to the chlorine convection unit, and then out to the river. We have a baffle curtain in the big pond to separate the aerated area and create a quiet area for the solids to settle out. And so right now, all they're doing is pumping the big pond into the manhole that comes out of the big pond on its way to the chlorine convection. There's a bypass line on the west side of the pond. And right now, it's running, the flow is running through the concrete basin into the big pond. And then when it comes out of the big pond, the gate that would normally have taken it to the old polishing pond is closed. And the gate that would bypass the old polishing pond is open.
But it dumps back in that, contact
Yeah, everything, yeah.
What is on, I just was looking at, I didn't see it, the change order.
The change order is a whole bunch of things that we've talked about in the past.
Yeah.
That we changed a few things. You wanna finish talking about the plant and then talk about the change order, or do you wanna talk about the change order?
Go for the change order.
Okay, so we agreed with, Ridgeway Valley was not very happy with the change order. I mean, I've been talking to John about it for months, like 6, maybe.
Yeah, 6
Wow.
months.
But it was a substantial reduction in the contract amount, because we were gonna let them, they were providing some of the equipment, and we said we would take on that task. And in the end, what we did was, they were also losing money, and in the end, we let them continue to purchase the equipment. They had money, enough money and some to be able to do that. And we took out the one, the Magox, where we ended up doing something a little more expensive than we had told them we were gonna do. So that, we took that out, and we took out, a couple of other odds and ends, like, changing from 15-inch to 10-inch pipe. We just left it as it was. And so the change order is now a net, reduction of around $12,000.
Yeah,
So,
so we're paying them $11,232 less.
yeah, except that the modules have the lifting lugs 3 feet under the water. And so I've asked Ridgeway Valley to give us a price.
That's,
Oh. Yeah, to give us a price about what?
To give us a price to put shackles on the lifting lugs and a cable and a float, so that when we need to pull them out, we don't have to dig down 3 feet to be in the sewage to be able to get them out. And so that'll be a change in their favor. And then we had the problem with the airlines being on the 15% slope, and there'll be a change in that will be a positive number for them to be able to get the air to go again.
It's gonna happen a few times as this
Yes.
project has become very complicated.
Most projects, there's always change orders back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of
It's
stuff we didn't know.
Yeah,
manageable.
So where are we on the finish date for this? I mean, all these changes and stuff, is it moving us farther back into the really cold part?
No, they were supposed, the way the contract stands without this change order, they're supposed to be done November 15th. And what we did is we set some targets, things they have to have done by November 15th, and gave them till May 15th to finish.
Is there
Because-
penalties on top of your project completions?
In theory, yeah,
in theory, if necessary,
yeah.
but
Hopefully they will get, we have to sample Monday, and so we're not gonna switch ponds until after that. And, they're in the process of they had to take out some water because they needed to get to the modules because one of the pipes cracked.
oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and so they did that, maybe today, I think they did take it out today, and found where it broke and why. And, we've notified the module people, and they've agreed to compensate Ridgeway Valley for the repair of that. he has most of the parts coming tomorrow. But they're gonna work on that, and we need to get that back in the water, and we need to do an opening in the outlet box. And they need to get the bypass of the big pond done. So, anyway, they probably wouldn't be ready before Monday, so, but, yeah, the object is to get that big pond drained and sludge out before we go into winter, so that the only water in the big pond is whatever precipitation we get, and hopefully we can get it. And if groundwater comes up, because we don't know much about, we know it late.
Yeah, right.
So, but hopefully that will allow them to get started in mid-March instead of mid-April, waiting for the big 3-foot piece of ice, 2-foot deep piece of ice,
Perfect.
which is what really slowed them down. Didn't really
Sounds good, I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay,
I did stop by there the other day.
Really?
It's good, yeah.
Okay.
It's good.
That's awesome.
Little peeking tomorrow.
And the building is sort of coming together, the electricians are there today. They got Benson County to sign off on it, sheet to the pedestal. And they've got the conduit into the building, and they're taking pictures and sending to the building, so.
were they able to do the panel for the aerators for the?
That's much more complicated.
We can talk about it at another
Yes,
date.
we can talk about it.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries, we don't wanna talk about it right now.
Tuesday, there's supposed to be a pre-electric construction meeting with Tiger and Ridgeway Valley and Mark Graf. And,
I'll be gone next week.
okay, well then we'll miss it.
Yay, but, yeah, no, I'll be at a wedding.
Yep.
Okay, and then I'll figure out how to, the Ridgeway Valley, I need to make a note to myself, never mind. I need to tell Christina to start the meeting for you guys on Tuesday.
Okay,
Thank you, Joanne.
you are welcome.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Go ahead.
Yep.
It's been a
Okay,
long
the
day.
next item on the agenda is the sheriff's report, which we do not.
We did receive one.
Correct. Number 3 is the building official report, which is in your packet. So you all read that, anyone have any questions? The next one is the Parks and Recreation report from Ben. Hey, anyone have any questions on that?
Yeah, so, I do, yeah,
Go for it.
sorry, I tried. It's hard. And this was something I've been meaning to bring up and I always forget. So Ben's report covers noxious weeds and he has nothing to report, and yet Pete's Lake is being taken over by thistle. And that is often, has been kept in check for many, many years and now seems to be out of control.
But, yeah, I mean, I know he went out and weeded it like this year, and then people were complaining about when he was spraying it with chemicals, you can't do that, it's a
Yeah, It's
pond.
also deeded as a wetland.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, there is ecologically sound herbicides that you can use out there.
Yeah.
And that's what we used to do in the past. We would pay the guy from Gunnison, I can't remember his name, and he would come and get the wastewater treatment plant and Pete's Lake all sprayed in less than a day. And I
Do you know who that is, Lex?
I have no idea, since I've been here,
Let me
we haven't
think
hired
about
that
it.
person.
Okay, well, Jody will get, Jody
Yeah, let me think
will
about
get
it.
back with you.
Yeah.
Okay?
But
Well, we used to have a weed person, and
What kind?
From Gunnison?
Yeah.
he would
I
go,
resign.
we're a local guy.
no, he lived down by Peace Lake. He would go around and he would pull all the noxious weeds and put them in big garbage bags and take them to the dump.
When was that,
So-
Henry?
What?
When?
How long ago?
Yes.
15 years.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
So Ben, you,
So,
go ahead, sorry,
let me finish.
sorry.
So Ben went and weed eated those thistles last year.
So you can't pull
And that spread, that's why it spread so much right down there.
It's crazy,
It's like,
them? Okay.
that, I just witnessed
it's
over in
everywhere. It
Telluride,
used to be just right there.
I witnessed over in Telluride, there's people that brought in a goat,
Mm-hmm.
and the goat ate all the thistles in the whole area, right down to the roots.
Yeah,
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 Let's get a goat.
well, and then Ben had said, cause I brought this up to him last year, but he was saying it was like 20 grand to have that person come out there and spray everything in town. And so,
Well,
That's not funny.
I don't think that it has to be that much, and I don't know what he means by everything.
well, that would be all of our
But
parks,
it
the
behooves
roads,
us, we
right
have
of ways.
to control our noxious weeds,
yeah,
you know?
I'll get him the
I am
budget for it,
passionate
I
about
totally,
noxious weeds.
I agree.
yeah,
Are you passionate about noxious weeds
Me too.
down
We
there by
actually
your
have them along
building site?
Ocean Wave as well.
okay.
I know, I saw it.
Yeah, it would be all the street right of ways and all that, it's like 20 or 30 grand, but I'll get
as far as Pete Slate goes, I know an individual that does, aerial, weed spraying or crop spraying with drones. And that does it in the area, it's Alaska.
Oh.
please,
Aerial.
Yeah.
Like it,
With
like,
a
yeah.
drone.
Like a drone?
Yeah, he's got
Yes,
a big
with a drone.
drone that's the size of this table
I
that,
could see a beef.
I wanna see, we
B-20
gotta
going
get pictures of that.
I have videos, people.
yeah, I'll be, I'm open to
It,
finding
Yeah.
quotes and
It's-
figuring it out during budget season.
Okay.
anyway, so that reminded me, thank you
So
for
be
letting me go
Perfect.
off on that.
No noxious weeds except PTH.
Goats, goats.
Our next item is Public Works report.
Yeah, the guys kind of want to get goats for the wastewater treatment plant, to keep them in the fence, and they would eat all the weeds and keep stuff out of there.
And they're so cool.
And maybe we can get like a gang of, yeah,
Call Pete.
Gang.
a gang of goats, whatever they're called, a gaggle of goats.
I think
It's
they're
not a
gangs.
gaggle.
I think it's a gang.
A gang of goats?
Yeah,
I think Jesse might be.
Okay, go
Yeah.
on, come on.
all right,
Public Works
Yes.
report, any questions from anyone?
Jason.
he didn't want to put that in his report, I asked him.
I'm sorry?
I asked him, he said he didn't want to, I was like, are you sure? Jameson put in his 30-day notice, he will be resigning, he put his 30-day notice in on Monday. I didn't want to be the one to have to tell it, I asked him if he wanted to put that in his report, he said, well, I still have one more meeting, I'll put it in that report, and so that's what it
Jameson,
is resigning. But he's given us 30 days,
In 30 days.
he's given 30 days to train Ethan, to make sure he has the DMR stuff down, and some other things,
And we'll talk about it at a later meeting.
yeah.
Thanks. Okay. The next item in is,
Mhm.
The next item is Town Clerk Treasurer Report from Christina Bowman, and I'm telling you, she writes excellent reports.
Yeah. If y'all become too much for me, I'm gonna promote her to manager and I'm gonna become her clerk.
Any questions on her report?
Nope.
Okay, we can move on to the town manager report, Lex Mulhall.
Yes, okay. Henry, Landon, are we gonna do the well permit? I need GPS coordinates for the well permit. Y'all are gonna witch it
I
this,
witched it, where you witched it, I never got back to you.
Did you go where I had the,
Coordinates,
yeah,
as close as I could from what I could get on
and what did
it.
it say?
Said there was water,
What?
it said there was positive water.
Yeah. So I
Okay.
gave you those coordinates in the spring, right?
no,
I did.
no, I never got the coordinates to do the well
He
permit.
handwritten, he gave me a note,
You still have that?
I bet I do, yeah.
Okay.
I need
I
that.
Cause I did it in the
Well, hold
spring and then I
Yeah.
gave it to him because you wanted him
Oh, yeah, cause y'all said y'all both are gonna do it to triangulate us location.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got that, I just need that. That's all.
to.
That's
Okay.
all I'm saying.
Landon's gonna look for it.
Okay. I will be on vacation October 3rd through the 10th. I got a wedding to go to. I'm officiating my son's wedding also, so I'm going to 2 weddings. And hopefully my flights aren't canceled or delayed with everything that's going on.
3rd through the 10th?
Yeah. And, yeah, I'll have my report if you have any questions. Diligently working on the budget.
I see that.
Yeah, I can't, are we gonna have a?
Yeah, October 5th, I'll have a draft budget for you guys. And then on that meeting too, I'm gonna ask that we do,
October 5th.
15th, I'm sorry, October 15th. And that we have at least 1 or 2 special workshops, so I was gonna try to schedule with you on October 15th. I'm gonna, the plan is that October 15th, I have the water and sewer budget done as much as I possibly can. And then make a recommendation for the water and sewer rates. I'm really trying to keep it where we only do a 3% rate increase instead of doing the 25% jump in the medium and high commercial strength and the multi-unit stuff. So, we have made some, we have been able to reduce costs by changing vendors and streamlining some of the software. So, and just kind of making the guys buckle down on stuff and getting rid of some overtime. So, anyways, I should have all that ready and planned for you guys on October 15th. That's all I got.
That's awesome. And the legal update, Dan?
I don't have anything for you guys tonight. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Nope.
I really appreciate you being here and helping. Thank you.
Absolutely. And you guys all know you can call me anytime if anything comes up. I think you all have my number. To the extent you don't, have Lex give it to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Dan. Mayor and trustee reports. Does anyone have, I do not have a report. Does anyone have a report?
Appreciate the board. Reported.
I should say that?
Oh, I'm done with my report.
Oh,
I appreciate you guys.
well, we appreciate you.
Oh, it's just big old love fest.
I know.
Mhm.
Scatter kindness.
Mhm.
That's my mantra. Don't you?
I'm not.
You are.
I'm glad this was scattered and I smiled.
Oh, and we have no correspondence received, correct?
No, unless you want to start gathering all Facebook messages and posting them on the correspondence received.
No, thank you.
Okay.
No.
Hey,
Do we have any additions to the agenda?
No, we did not. We did not. We did not vote any earlier. That happens when we approve the agenda.
Really fast, me going right here.
All right.
So we will move on to action items, folks. The first action item is discussion and possible action to approve resolution 2025-08 capital improvement account.
So moved.
Motion.
second.
Motion. Second. And, no, I got it.
Roll call vote.
Thank you. Bruce, Kendall,
Yes.
Kendall,
Yes.
Lindsay,
Yes,
Winry,
Yes.
Woods,
Yes.
Weast.
Yes.
Our second, motion passes.
Yes.
Our second item is discussion and possible action to approve resolution 2025-09 regarding the holiday schedule.
So
so,
moved.
hey,
Give it to Jody.
Okay. Motion, second, Weast. Okay, cool.
Roll call vote, please.
you're
Bruce,
faster than me.
Yes.
Kendall,
Yes.
Lindsay,
Yeah.
Lindsay, sorry.
Yes,
Winry,
Yes.
Woods,
Yes.
and Weast.
Yes.
I'm just,
Our third item,
I can take it.
our third action item is discussion and possible action to approve changing employee CEBT UMR medical insurance plan from PP04 to PP06.
So moved.
Motion approved to save that money.
And who got a second?
Second. Yeah.
Weast, or, well, no,
Jesse.
Kendall. Okay.
Roll call vote, please.
Bruce,
Yes.
Kendall,
Yes.
Lindsay.
yes,
Wow, Winry.
Yes.
Okay, and Woods.
No.
Ooh, no on Woods. Weast,
Yes.
okay.
And our fourth and final item, stop it, is discussion and possible action to approve the wastewater treatment plant renovation project change order number 1 with Ridgeway Valley Enterprises.
So moved.
Motion,
Roll call vote, please.
and Lindsay, or Kendall. Bruce,
Yes.
Kendall,
Yes.
Lindsay,
yes.
Winry,
Yes.
Woods,
Yes.
Weast.
Yes.
Motion passed?
If there's no further business to come before this board, I will adjourn this meeting. I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I will adjourn this meeting at 7:30 PM.
Good night, everyone.
You know, trustee Winry,